Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are Reverend TDJ, what is going on? If you guys don't know, Diddy is doing the Macarena. Like, he literally got away with it. He is still facing two federal crimes. The prosecutors recommended somewhere between 4 and 6 years, depending on who you ask. Diddy is in jail trying to act like, what are you talking about? Ivory pen, right? He's taking classes because somebody has to teach this 60-year-old man that he can't punch people in the face, stomp them with their feet. He can't distribute drugs to his friends, and no hookers. They are bad. Okay, Diddy is out here learning the ABCs and the facts of life. Now, some might say he's a wealthy man. He got to learn that, but you was broke when you was growing up. You know the difference between right and wrong. I assume Mama Combs raised you better, but more on that later. We'll talk about all that mess later because Diddy is trying it. But let's talk about the people around Diddy that are also trying it. Reverend TD Jakes says over 44,000 AI bots push lies about him attending Diddy freak off parties. Now, before we get into this, let me just say this. I'm tired of Diddy's team and Diddy supporters trying to make us live in an alternate reality. No, that man wasn't convicted of RICO. However, everybody pretty much assumes that he was around. He was behind Kick. Bombing of the car. Everybody assumes that he viciously beat almost every woman he's with. Everybody assumes that everybody on the street was worried because he was running his mess in the street. Everybody believed the assistant when he said he flew down a hill with bang bangs to go confront cyanide. The fact that we are now trying to act like this man because he beat a RICO charge is innocent when he has shown time and time again what time he is on. Okay, but let's also talk about the free calls because I actually don't know what
Present,
happened
and no
in
longer
that
has a
case.
voice who
I
will
know
pursue
that they went
justice for
after
her
him for
accusation.
sex trafficking,
As
and
of
they
the
said
Aiken
in the
against Diddy,
charges they brought up
no
against him.
expansion of
Let's
the
not forget they
investigation,
didn't
no
have
isolation
time
orders,
to
no
investigate
equipment
because Mark
access,
Agnello
no
rushed it
suspension of attorney
over.
communication.
Okay, and on top of that, Trump fired what's his name, Damian Williams, uh, and said he was going to fire Damon Williams, quit before he could fire him. And Trump put his guy in charge of the SDNY. They gave the budget and the okay for investigations. A lot was going on, but let's just take a step back before we get into TG Jinx TGS because we need to actually talk about this. So you did all that, you did this, you that we know that you run like it's like mob ties, right? You are who Drake wishes he was. Okay, even though Drake, you should stop because we see what happened to Diddy. Let's talk about the freak off. I know that they brought it up that it was also Diddy and a male Smex worker and another woman, but they are literally trying to rewrite things because as much as they want to be like, oh my God, it was deep state, stop it, stop. The New York Times, the New York Post, all these people got Diddy's old party planners to say that Diddy was spend up to over 500,000 a party to decorate these elaborate Roman type orgies. They have gone on record. Now, we're not saying that it wasn't consensual, but everybody knows what time he was. Now, we're trying to say freak offs didn't exist. On top of that, let's not forget Meek Mill's party. We don't know what happened at the party, but we do have the guy that rented him at Count Chula Castle. Literally looked like Bram Stoker's Dracula, where Diddy in a huge mansion that looked like Dracula's playground had all the locks replaced at great cost and all the smoke detectors and carbon monoxide things taken out so they could put cameras and stuff. They even released pictures of the party. He said when the party was over, Diddy was charged all a huge fee because there was blood-soaked sheets. There were used contact. It was disgusting. It was horrible. I'm going to find that and actually talk about it because I'm like, are we now trying to act like we don't know the way Diddy actually got down? Okay, so in that case, I will say we're not saying the freak offs were illegal, but can we stop pretending like Diddy was not having Roman orgies? Everybody in the industry knew about. Everybody in the industry went, well, not everyone, but a lot of people went on record with reputable news organizations about these orgies. now we're going to act like they don't exist. I do want to know that when the feds raided his place and took a bunch of servers, what was on those servers? Because you can't tell me that Kohl's Global, that literally you didn't even have any propriety information for the Shirok brand. We found out that Diddy was a glorified IG influencer. Okay, so you didn't have any propriety. They didn't even let you see the books. That's why you were suing them. Okay, because you thought they were cheating you. Shanjon, again, I don't know, a hedge fund ran that or private equity. So what did you have servers on and why did they seize the servers and what were actually on the server? Again, now that we get into the Epstein list and the way there is no Epstein list, even though they released half of it, Trump campaigned on it, everybody knew about the Epstein list. It makes me wonder what actually was the purposes of Diddy's raid and what did they find? Anyway, right, let's get into TJ Jake because now that he's been found innocent, Diddy's been found, well, not guilty, not innocent, but not guilty of 3 things. Let's move into how now he's moving like, oh, Reverend Jake. Okay, listen to this, because you was real quiet
Present,
when you thought
and
that
no
hammer
longer
of
has a
justice
voice who will
was
pursue
about to
justice
come
for her
down,
accusation.
And now that he beat the
As of the
sex
taken
trafficking
against Diddy,
in the RICO,
no expansion
you
of the
wanna come out
investigation,
and,
no
okay,
isolation orders,
listen,
no
Miss
equipment
Titty
access,
Jake has
no
addressed
suspension of attorney
rumors
communication.
of him being inappropriately involved with Sean Diddy Combs, claiming the vast majority of the whispers that he had an intimate relationship with Diddy stem from AI bots. Now, I never heard he had an intimate relationship with Diddy, but let's continue because there's a bigger point. The Reverend made the assertion during a conversation with John Hope Bryant, shared Sunday, where he discussed being accused of carrying on an affair with a bad boy founder, as well as attending his infamous freak-off SMX parties. He said when the rumors first broke out, it was 44,000 bots that were released on, adding that an investigation revealed that 98% of them were all artificially intelligent, generated, AR generated. He went on to dismiss the rumors as kind of water under the bridge, adding, if there was anything there, the FBI would have been in it. It's like when I had my health scare, within seconds, it was all over the world. You wouldn't have to find it on Instagram. You wouldn't have to find it on YouTube. You find it on the 6th. First of all, Reverend TD Jakes, because I don't know what his beef is with Instagram or YouTube, but you better pray that the 6 o'clock news doesn't pick this up. Second of all, if it was a consensual relationship, and I'm not saying they had one, why would the FBI be involved in this? Remember, the FBI and the Constitution stays out of people's bedrooms unless there is force, fraud, or coercion used to get you in bed. So why you're trying to say that because the FBI did not bring up charges for you hypothetically sleeping with another man and that man's name could be, then there was nothing to it. Sure, but second of all, because this is the part I don't understand, he said that they checked and there were 44,000 bots that were released on him and 98% of them were all artificially intelligence generated. Maybe a lot of you guys don't know. Do you know how much money you have to spend for bots? A bot farm of that size. Do you know how? And for 98% of AI, my question to TD Jake, if he's not lying his butt off because now he thinks it's literally safe to creep one little pudgy toe out and be like, what? It wasn't anything here. I guess you're about to start counseling Diddy and you need to come out and let us know that there was never anything inappropriate and it was 44,000 bots who paid for 44,000 bots to be unleashed on you. Bots are not free. Bots are not easy to get. Who paid for 44,000 bots to not only run smear campaign against you, but be in people's comments talking trash about you? Who paid for that? And 98% are AI generated. Who would hate you that much? Who paid for it? And Also, that is a crime. So, like you said, if the FBI was involved, why aren't you suing wherever these bot farms came off for
present,
defamation?
and no
Or are you
longer
just
has a voice who will
feeling
pursue
the
justice
spirit
for her
of Jesus
accusation.
in you? Again,
As of
the
the
things
taken
these
against
Diddy
Diddy,
people are
no
coming out
expansion of the
to
investigation,
actually say,
no isolation
yeah,
orders,
none of it's
no equipment
making sense.
access,
The other thing
no
that
suspension of attorney
it really proved
communication.
to me, to Oprah and to Denzel, to all the people, is that it's everybody. It goes along with the turf. We got to stop getting our information from TikTok. But where should we get it from? From you? From the where should we get it from? Also, why you throw Denzel's name into this? I don't remember people making up rumors about Denzel, and he threw Oprah's. I know Oprah's sitting there like, how did I get into this? But all jokes aside, what he's saying doesn't make sense at all. Y'all want my opinion of what's going on again outside of TD Jake talking ridiculous because who's sick? 44,000 bots on you. Who had that type of money? Who's targeting you? And if you did all that research, why don't you drop names? Because if you did all that research and found out they AI generated, you would know where they were coming from, unless, of course, you're now doing a campaign to make it seem like it was all nothing. And like you said, if it's not on the 6 o'clock news, and it must not be real. I guess Jeffrey Epstein must not be real, according to Jeffrey Epstein, right? According to Jeffrey Epstein, none of that. He was an innocent man who just decided to off himself because I don't know things and whatever. But also, like, what do I think that's happening with TD Jake and why he's bringing up Oprah and Denzel, even though what does Denzel have to do with it? And I know Oprah, they always throw her name in something. So I get that at the Denzel part, you trying to stand next to Denzel left the Diddy party, almost seen cursing Diddy out. You, on the other hand, was doing a two-step Diddy B. Those piggly wiggies was doing a thing. What I think actually is going on, I actually think that Reverend TD Jake is going to spearhead Diddy's spiritual baptism. I think when he does get out, whether that will be next month, whether that will be next year or 2 years from now, TG Jake is going to take Diddy under his wing, and he's going to literally baptize him, and then he's going to go in his whole I saw we church forgiveness mess through the back church, and then the Picmas and the These are going to bring him back. Some people say, oh my God, they was grown people, it was consenting. Yeah, the fact that we are acting like Diddy is not a madman based off of things he has admitted to do, that's your business. But can you say they was grown? Because even when we saw the R. Kelly stuff, how many times did the feds have to take a swing at R. Kelly until R. Kelly got actually taken down? Listen, at the end of the day got to end, and at the end of the day, a lot of people are showing that they are the reason the world looks like it does. But TG, I get it. We gotta accept it. We gotta educate people more. We gotta keep dumb people off of juries, and we gotta keep pipes and dusties out of legislation and legal, because there's a lot of undercover pygmies and dusties. But for TG Jake to play in the face, listen, at the end of the day, for him to actually say, you wouldn't have to find it on YouTube. You will find it at the 6 News, baby. Don't tempt them. Careful what you wish for. You might just get it. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. Y'all think that Reverend Jake is going to be in charge of Diddy's redemption? I think that he's going to try to be a part, and I don't see why not. Again, let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later.